one of just the challenge of accessing funding. Because you are still an SME, or in our case, an MSME, you are still very, very small. Your business model is still yet to settle. You don't have a credit history, probably a cash flow track record. Your governance systems are still young, so to speak. So financials shy away from you. And it's now very difficult for you to be able to access funding. So for you to be able to access funding, you probably need people with very patient kind of capital, and they are not very many. So that's always a challenge for businesses that are trying to scale up. The second challenge we've seen over the last 12 years that we've operated is a challenge of unsettled regulatory environment. Basically, as we all know, the biggest stakeholder in any business is always government, because that's who provides licensing and takes up 30% of all your profits even before the owners comes in. So that is normally the biggest stakeholder in your business, much as they don't support you to set it up. However, as you try to grow your business, the fact that government then comes up with very different policies is always a challenge. Now, in this country, if I can provide an example, for instance, every year, this day is from April, but then discussed around June, there's always the finance bill. Now, the finance bill always comes up with new tax policies or new tax measures. What that basically means is that then it becomes very difficult for you to be able to plan your future, because you just don't know what it will be costing, since you have, since there are challenges with what the policy environment will look like as it is. Now, the third challenge is normally a challenge we call a market access challenge. Usually because you are a startup, you are still a small business, you might not be able to pass the quality standards or obtain the certifications that enable you to sell your goods in a lot of markets. For those with export-oriented SMEs, you might not even have the funding to be able to obtain the certifications, for instance, that will allow you to access the American or the European Union or even the Asian market as it is. And that now therefore denies you a market, so that it becomes a challenge itself in terms of scaling. Now, for the SMEs, again, because your governance systems are still, again, young and not very mature, you might find that trying to access the big corporates who could provide a market for you, again, becomes a bit of a challenge. So there's always that challenge of market access. The final challenge I want to speak about is now the challenge of facilities. You need, as an SME, you'll have a product. But most of the time, this product is new in the market. It has come probably out of research or out of an innovation that you've had, and it's not been long in the market. And therefore, you perhaps lack access to product development facilities that can enable you refine your product, because you have to pay for them as it is. So that becomes a challenge to scaling. And for some SMEs like the ones we work with, they probably don't even have the funding for even things as basic as office space, as access to the internet, and that sort of thing. So that in itself becomes a barrier. I need to mention that our work in KCIC involves trying to support SMEs overcome all these challenges, overcome the challenge of access to finance, overcome the challenge of access to facilities, because we provide you with space to work from, where you then now get office amenities, office coffee and tea or internet, and then we also support you in terms of accessing facilities in where you can do your product development through universities, through industrial institutes like IRDI, through KIPI and that sort of place. And then, of course, the other challenge normally is normally the challenge of copycats. You've started off, you're trying to scale, somebody comes up with a similar product and takes up your market. Big challenge, yes. Now, to solve that, you need intellectual property protection, and that's also a service that we can support you in terms of getting. Thank you.
Great. I particularly hear you on the starting off as the very first, the pioneer of the product, where you don't necessarily have an MVP to piggyback from or somebody, but literally that makes you the guinea pig. I mean, if you think about it. Ogeto, let me bring you in on this one. You run a small and medium enterprise that is impact driven, and sometimes it's a challenge monetizing an impact driven small and medium enterprise or a solution like yours. Do you have an account of such an experience, like the challenges you face when you're trying to monetize a business that is considered climate sensitive or impact driven?
That's a very interesting question, because now, if I'm to build on what Mr. Murabula has just mentioned, when you talk about intellectual property, and since most of these solutions are new to the market and you have to deal with people trying to copy your solution, the biggest challenge to innovators is accessing the right information concerning their IP protection. And I would give an example of that. Let's say you walk into any university right now, and you've just finished your Form 4, you've done your KCSE, you are going to any university in the country. And you reach the customer care desk, and you ask them, I want to enroll as a student here. So what happens in most and all cases is you are told, go to the careers office or go to the registrar, pay this amount of money, and you are a student. But now I have an innovation and I want to get support for that. The journey is quite different. It's not straightforward as the case of going to a university and enrolling as a student. So there are so many challenges and hurdles when it comes to accessing the right type of information, and it's crippling down many innovations. And as we all understand, universities are the powerhouses of ideas.
Correct.
And unless the right kind of information is set out there, there is transparency in terms of the procedures to follow when you want to protect your idea or you want to commercialize your innovation, then it's going to be still a big challenge to many innovators. And an interesting thing also is we talk of having an enabling policy in ensuring that innovations get the right networks, that is for markets, the right network for investors, the right networks for incubators and accelerators. But the information is still not there. So I would really emphasize on that, getting awareness to the young innovators and students, telling them that this is how you do, this is how you protect your idea, and this is how you move to it.
Mm-hmm.
And also, as mentioned, the second challenge is when you talk of capital. It's also a big challenge because now most people or most investors are quite risk averse when it comes to funding innovations at the idea stage. But I would comment that in Kenya, we are in the right trajectory because there are so many competitions that are being organized right now. For example, I'm the beneficiary of Haifa International Ayute Challenge, and with such innovation support programs, I think we are headed in a good direction.
Great. Professor was agreeing with you profusely while you are making your statement, and I just want to pick it up from him now. Prof, no entrepreneur in their natural sense wants to destroy the environment when they're putting up their innovation or their business. And so the question to you would be, how do we drive compliance amongst startups like the ones represented in here and many others that are coming up to be able to inculcate proper climate sensitive practices in their businesses, of course without running at losses?
Well, in everything we do in our life, there is always the first step.
The microphone, sir? Yes.
Whatever we do in our lives, there is always the first step. And that first step makes the foundation of you. So for anyone to be a successful entrepreneur, either as an individual or part of the ongoing business outlet, it depends on how that first step came up. And those first steps can come up from two dimensions. Either how you are built up by your parents, or you go to school and you learn some things in school. I guess that almost all of us went to school, and some of us, what we are doing now, we learned it from the process in the school. And what you are learning from that school is based on the curriculum. That curriculum indicates the details of what you are learning. If it is in agriculture, it will give you an indication of how to manage your agriculture and agribusiness. You are in engineering, you are in whatever it is. But it depends on that curriculum. Because that idea of curriculum is supposed to engage creativity, give you an understanding of the problems that you may encounter, and take into cognizance the current socioeconomic environment, especially the technology, which is actually taking over our natural dilemma. And when I start with the curriculum, and I want you to ask yourself this, the curriculum we have on which we are teaching our young children now, are they really productive and in line with the current socioeconomic environment we have? Is it really in tandem with it? It has improved a bit during my day because our curriculums were not developed here in Kenya. They were prepared by Cambridge University in London. And this went on up to when we were in the universities in the 70s. And those curriculum were designed not to give us an opportunity to think of us building ourselves and moving on. We started making our curriculum just in the late 70s. But you can still ask yourself whether those curriculums are in tandem with what we have. And those curriculum, because first of all, I'm sure most of you are self-employed, you are employing people, but people looking for jobs. We were being trained that when you have finished, you are graduated, you are going to get a job, which is now out of context. So those curriculum should entertain across the board things like entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship, where you are when you want to make up your life, that will be your first steps. So our current curriculum needs to be updated. We start with the so-called CBC, the competency-based curriculum, which appear to be a little bit better, but then it was very good on paper up to now, but the facilities to support it were not there. There is one which has just come up now, here in Kenya, but has been implemented in other countries and is building up the entrepreneurship in a big way. Why? It is talent-oriented. All of us, we have our own human capital, but they are not the same. There's an area where you are very much talented, something where you will go in, whether it is sinking, you will sink with it. And this is what we have now called talent curriculum. And that talent curriculum is actually trying to identify and the innate and abilities that your human capital has. And you are advanced into that area, and you are at the same time trained on business, management, and other areas. Once they have identified the areas of your advantage, where you have a comparative advantage as far as your human capital is involved. And in fact, we have one university now is already accredited Talent University of Africa, and it has started training people on the talent itself. They identify the area where you have got advantage, where you like, where your human capital favored it, and you are trained in that zone. And you are taken across even on entrepreneurship endeavors,
Yeah.
on any other areas that you have, and you are given the process of starting your project, and you move on with that project throughout.
Yeah.
And this talent thing has worked very much, and if you want our students, our young youth to move on, let us move on this talent. It is simply already accepted by the government, but only one university now learning it. Just to make it not very far away, Cameroon has been doing that talent. And right now, go and check. They have got solar-powered and electrical-powered vehicles made by the Cameroonians themselves. And by the way, that talent does not require you to have a type of an engineer certificate. This certificate we have, I have so many certificates, I look at them, they are useless. They don't mean a damn thing. What matters is whether they made a difference in your human capital.
Yeah. So you are recommending RPL, recognition of prior learning?
They recognize what, what you are doing.
Okay.
And most of those people are just like that. Look at South Africa. Do you know that South Africa is making their own planes, especially the short distance and the rest? In 89, they have made their first big plane, which could carry, was it about 25 passengers. And they flew from Johannesburg to Dar es Salaam to refuel. These are people who went to school to study engineering, to just the area, the little thing that they are touching. And what happened? The Boeing had sent some people to Dar es Salaam to check, and refueling the vehicle is good from here to Cairo. They are going to. It's a long journey. What? When they took off, it was an interference. It crashed where? It crashed in Mount Kilimanjaro, and they all died. Why did they do that? They don't want you to be independent and make your own equipment and the rest and the movables. Because the moment you do that, you do it for yourself, their countries will collapse.
I wish we could substantiate that. Anyway.
I can substantiate, yes. All the raw material. Africa produces over 81% of the raw materials
Correct.
used by these foreigners.
Correct.
And we were talking about supply value addition. When you buy, even this one, whatever you buy, you are the one who is paying Trump's salary. You are the one who is paying anyone there.
Correct.
Look at the value addition from the raw materials to the processing, and it comes back to you.
Yeah.
All those taxes and the rest, you are the one who is paying.
Great. Great.
So please let us grow up.
Yeah.
That is
All right.
that. And just to summarize,
Yeah.
Burkina Faso and Mali have also started doing this one.
Yeah.
And by the way, globally, it's only Mali and Burkina Faso who do not have any loan globally. They don't have any loan. They use these entrepreneurship things, sold them, and cleared all the loans that they had acquired.
Correct.
They are okay. And just to end it, because I've seen the officer here doing his finger like this, I know he's telling me that I've passed the time. Just one thing, please, when you are walking on the street, never underrate anybody that you went to school. We are all different. That boy, I saw a boy, small sticks, and made it seem like a tractor. Could pick a small part here and drop it the other side. That person has a human capital over engineering, development, and the rest.
Correct.
Think about it. And finally, I'm sure some of you have heard of the Sunset Hotel in Southern Africa, owned by a multi-billionaire. The owner of that hotel was a mere newspaper boy. And people would take newspaper from him, they don't pay him, and he was sacked from the retailer, from the supplier.
Yeah.
But he used to take coffee at a woman making coffee by the roadside. And he liked what the woman was doing. And he would sometimes stop and try to work with the woman. Help. So when he was sacked, he asked the woman if he can give him one sufria and one cup, he can go and start, this Motlat lady, he can start his own.
Yeah.
To cut the story short, within 3 years, he became a multi-millionaire just because of He started his own entrepreneurial activity. He used the area where he had the talent and is now the richest man in the Southern Africa.
Great.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
But beautiful accounts right there. Let me bring in Murabula, but also announce to all of us that we're getting into the second and the last round of questions, so prepare your questions. We'd like to hear from you. This is not a lecture. It's a conversation we're having. Mr. Murabula, now this is the second round of questions. Now we are drawing solutions because we've highlighted the challenges and all that. I think that commercial businesses, and allow me to call them commercial businesses because they're not necessarily either impact or sustainability driven. Allow me to just make that differentiation. Commercial businesses are very good. Their business line is very direct. I'm selling this, you're buying this. But impact-driven businesses are like, we are selling this because this is what it ends up doing to our environment. And so the commercial businesses get a lot of visibility. Their financing model is very direct. Their bankability is extremely simple and understandable. But Ogeto here is also trying to achieve that kind of status, and the truth is that we haven't warmed up to create solutions, policies, systems that also support that similar kind of operation. So my question to you would be, how do we improve bankability, visibility for impact and sustainability-driven enterprises to be able to achieve that similar level of compliance and support and strategy, I must add?
Yeah, thanks for that. And it's a perennial question also. Quite a lot of times, for those of us who work in this space, you are always trying to be a broker between, or the man in the middle, between the people with the money who are claiming that they have money, but they don't have projects to invest in. And on this other side, people with projects and who are saying, look, we have projects here, and the people with the money on this side are not investing. And so the question is, therefore, how do you bridge the gap so that then the money can flow, or what you're calling bankability. So the first thing to do normally is to ensure you are a formal business. You know, in this country, we tend to have a very informal economy. No registration, no certification, and that sort of thing. And usually, because you are informal, people tend to look at you as somebody who can disappear with their money. So they don't. So to improve bankability, at least be formal. Register yourself either a limited liability company or as a trust or as a cooperative, whichever one works for you, but at least be formal, so that if somebody looks out for you in the formal registries, they can find you. So that is usually the first thing you need to do. Now, the second way, and bankability is a very information-intensive kind of thing. So the second thing you need to do is ensure that your financial information is transparent. First of all, that it's available, it is consistent, and it's transparent, and it's available in a form that somebody can look at and understand. And because that gives people confidence that your record keeping is good enough, and that you are at least doing things that can transcend you. You don't necessarily have to be there to explain your business. Somebody can be able to look at it and be able to understand what it is that you're trying to do. Because what financial information does, or financial statements do, the idea is not just to see your turnover or how much money you are making. The idea is to be able to understand what exactly you sell. How much you sell at, and who you sell to, so that value chain will be very, very well understood. The disclosures in there will also be able to tell people who you are exposed to, and therefore what your risk profile looks like. So that helps improve bankability. And then look at your decision-making mechanism, or what you'd call the governance system, also very, very key. Much as you are formal, what happens, what is the quality control system in your decision as it is. Do you have a formal board? If you don't have a formal board, at least you have a formal auditor who then looks at the information you provide and provide some sort of a quality assurance on it. So that in itself also helps improve bankability. And then the fourth is the whole idea of communication. Sometimes people may not understand what you do, so you need to package your story very well and be able to communicate it. You know, the storytelling which people like Brian, for instance, or communications people like to do. But they are very, very powerful in terms of informing the world, first of all, who you are, because they are usually the first way people get to know you before you even present yourself. It's a very different conversation when you present yourself to a financier and they already know who you are, as compared to when you are going there to say, you know, my name is Murabula. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then they're wondering, so? Yeah, but at least have that. So governance systems, very, very key. Financial information, very, very key. Communication in terms of what you do, very, very key. Thank you.
Great, and I hope you caught the discussion on owning a business and still showing up on TikTok. So that is part of telling your story. Okay, so let me bring you in on this one, and I'm happy I'm asking you this as a young person also. It's a rosy conversation about we want to involve the youth, and it's a very beautiful thing. Si mnaisikia sana? Yeah, we want to involve the youth in climate action, we want to involve the youth in sustainability stuff. But the question I want to pose to you is that while young entrepreneurs pursue these sustainability goals, how can they meaningfully do that and still remain commercially viable? Juu hakuna mtu anataka kusota, si ndio? Tunataka kuomoka si wote, si ndio? Yes, please proceed.
To answer that, I think it circles back to the challenges that the young people are facing.
Correct.
And I failed to mention it, but when a product is new to the marketplace, usually there is a kind of perception that the users have towards your product. And it's a challenge in this way because if I'm bringing you an organic product and maybe the farmer is used to using the chemical fertilizers and they doubt if the product is going to perform at all. So it's upon you as an entrepreneur or as an innovator to educate your user before taking your product out there to the market. Another approach also is on the compliance, as Murabula mentioned also. And it's quite a challenge to get the correct certifications for climate smart products in the country right now. But once you have that, then it builds trust and reliability in the market. And this will enable you to have that sustainable operation of your business, because now the market trusts you, trusts your product, and that way you'll be able to serve more people and amplify your impact in so many communities.
Great. I think you and Murabula are saying one thing in common: build structures. I think that is so profound in your submissions this afternoon. Let me bring in Prof on the last question before we bounce it over to the audience on the ground, and I think we can get a microphone ready for that. Prof, there is a big disconnect, and allow me to accuse you, and also accuse me on this. Accusing you on what sense? Academia is very good at putting out policy proposals, writing research papers, and making it look very rosy and elitist. And as the media, we also take that and amplify it like a conveyor belt, just like it is. But the real issues about climate are affecting my grandmother in Bondo. They're affecting a woman in Samburu. They're affecting farming activities in Tana River. How do we break that disconnect? That we communicate effectively and tell them that, hey, if you use this kind of fertilizer, you are likely not to find the result of the maize produce that you're looking out for. Because you and I, academia, media, and so many others. Perhaps I'd accuse Joseph of this too. We make this conversation very elitist. How do we break that down to reach the mama in the village or the young person in Turkana who's never left and is trying to make sense of why fish is not perhaps as being produced as it was previously?
That is a question which I know you have the answer and they all have the answers. We are very good on putting the policies on paper and everything. But my God, implementing it is a different story. When you look at our policy systems on this climate change impact and the rest, the measure that we are supposed to put into place, according to the documents, they have gone down up to even the villages. But do we have them? No. And you gave a good example of even putting some fertilizer, whatever it is, on our plants. Yeah. Right now, I'm sure you have seen it, there's this pesticide which has been cancelled in European Union because it's contaminated, it's poisonous. Do you know where those fertilizers are heading in? In Africa, and Kenya has received some. And these are against the climate change international rules and regulations. Yes, the problem is your question I cannot answer because the law says that the fish start rotting from the top. If the top is rotten, then the down here will eventually get rotten and things continue. Yeah. So by the way, what I can say is that at our own level, because by the end of the day, you are accountable for your own life. Whoever is your boss, whatever, it is not accounted for your own, but it's there for himself or for herself.
Correct.
So please access and understand the good and the bad and the ugly of whatever inputs that you are utilizing. And by the way, I am sorry to say this, if you can go back to traditional way of life and look at the traditional thing, you will be a very healthy person. I look old, I'm old, yes, but I'm younger than my age. I'm already 80 years old. Yes, I am 80. 26 June, I celebrated my 80th birthday. Huh? Wow. But I eat only the traditional food. I grew up with my grandmother, who took me when I was just 7 years old, and we're just eating traditional. And that's what I'm eating, traditional. I'm sorry there was a talk of here, Lake Basin, where water pollution was being talked about.
Yeah.
Why do you find even your children, even you having some funny diseases that you have never felt before? Why do you have so much cancer coming up? Though food you are eating from Lake Victoria are already poisoned. And who poisoned it? Ourselves.
Yeah.
Your factories. You go to Kisumu here, whatever is rubbish, they end up in the water.
In the water, yes.
We are all accountable for our problem, the climate change. So I find it difficult to answer your question direct. It comes to all of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, our panelists. Questions, comments, rejoinders, answers. We have 7 minutes to go. 7 minutes. I think I'll give opportunities for 2 questions only. Any questions, any rejoinders, comments? Let's get you the microphone. There you go, Andrew.
Congratulations on the 80 years.
Yeah.
I'm interested to know, do you then grow the food that you eat, like the traditional food? Because we would want to eat, I am sure all of us eat ngwashe somewhere and domas, but we don't know where they are grown. And we'd love to maybe control what you are eating and growing, but also it becomes organic farming. I was talking to someone and I'm telling you, Apollo, it becomes expensive. So then how do you control? We would want to fikisha 80. For sure we would. But how do we do it? Do you grow your own food?
Food traceability.
Thank you for that challenging question. In my own household, I have my own farm for the traditional boga, all of it. I have my place for my goats, cows, and the rest at home. And they are just eating the grass at home, okay? For manure, we used to use the cow dung, even the drops of chicken and the rest. That is what I save. We save and we utilize. That cow dung is nature. But of course,
our nursery, our kids are eating the vegetables from our nursery. We are planting trees around our school, around our compound. We are teaching small kids, small babies. This is a seed. You dig down, put the seed, they water, they do the watering plant, and they will follow that, they will see that plant growing. So it's starting from the small age and growing. We can't go and educate someone in university and tell them you have to eat healthy. It's not possible. So I'm inviting you all to visit our school and to see our project. We are trying to bring back the 4K clubs, if I can say. We are international, we are bilingual, we are doing both systems, French system and Cambridge. I was happy about the curriculum you did, Doctor. Our curriculum is based on that, to build the skills and to know what's the future for our kids. So I'm inviting you all to come and visit us and we will share our project. We have a lot. We are new here in Kisumu, but our sister school in Nairobi since 2017 is to Giraffe. If there's someone in Nairobi, from Nairobi here, maybe if he knows about the school. We encourage you all. I am happy with this subject today. It's really, really important for us, for our kids, and for all of us. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate your insights and all that. I think we're going to leave it at that for the first panel this afternoon. Sorry? Aya, my media people, please, kuja mtupige picha as we appreciate our panelists. Thank you so very much. We close that panel at that point. Prof, thank you. Mr. Ogeto, thank you so much. And Mr. Murabula, let's get the picture, and then we'll close. I only have one reason why I'm taking these pictures. But the questions were gender sensitive, right? Thank you so much, Professor. Thank you, thank you. All right. Agnes wants to leave. Sorry, it's okay, Prof. We'll have that.
One more round of applause for our panel. For doing an amazing job. And he promised that Kusema one time. Aya. Right. So we are going to be inviting the next panel that is going to come and talk to us about a conversation that we have mentioned, or these people, we have mentioned them countless times. The youth and something called digital innovation. Those ones are tending to marry all the time. So as I invite my panelists, Miss Grace Olak from Western Kenya, who is a training coordinator, SOMO Africa. Yes, please, a warm round of applause for her. She makes her way to the stage. We also have Isaac Samwe, Regional Sales Manager, Silo Africa. Isaac Samwe, if he's somewhere, he can hear me, he can make his way to the stage. And we are joined by Mr. Edward Karoki, who is the Sales Manager, Kenya Zoho. A warm round of applause for him. I see him making his way. And also Mr. Nicholas Otieno, who is the Senior Industrial Training Officer, National Industrial Training Authority, NITA. Mr. Nicholas Otieno. Yes, thank you very much. So if I would be assisted to have Mr. Isaac Samwe, whoever knows of his, we'll try and find out if he's around. I can get that communication as I introduce this. So I was saying the youth have been mentioned very many times in this summit since we started. 70% of the population in the Lake Region Economic Bloc are the youth. They make better part of this country's population. We vote, we do everything, but how are we empowering the youth? I have worked closely with creatives, with entrepreneurs, and with young innovators, and I've seen the gaps that are there when it comes to skills, the right technology, and the right support. So with this panel right here, I am hoping that we are going to be able to crack that so that we are able to know if there's a way. So let me see by the show of hands. Are you a youth? Youth in building? Lift it confidently, with confidence. Wonderful. Hey. Are you closer? If you to go back 2 years, would you be considered youth? Yes? No? I'm a youth at Gen Z at heart. All right, so I know even if we don't have youth here, we are interacting with them, we are employing them at our workplaces, we are their parents, we have siblings who are youth, and we would love to have this conversation about digital innovation. So like our panelists to introduce themselves, then we can go, and at least we have a lady, we have two ladies here. This one is quite balanced, Brian. So we have Miss Grace Olak. Good afternoon and karibu sana.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes. As mentioned, my name is Grace Olak. I work with SOMO Africa, an NGO that works closely with small and medium enterprises in marginalized community in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. So my work in Kenya is an acceleration specialist in the Western Kenya region, where I work with over 300 MSMEs in Western Kenya.
Karibu sana. How is Western?
Western is a beautiful place, right, with lots of enterprises. And currently we are working, most of our programs are targeting youth. We are basically working with youth between the ages of 18 to 35. And again, a bunch of some of the programs that we are currently running works with youth in agriculture. Okay. So and we are very much focused on climate change and adaptation.
All right.
Yes.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Mr. Edward, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
You want to live to 80?
So I would love to live to 80, but at this rate, where?
We have an 80-year-old youth.
An 80-year-old youth, yes. I need to sit close to them and get some tips. You're well?
I'm good.
This afternoon?
Yes.
Yes, so describe to us your day as a sales manager and tell us a little bit more about Zoho.
Okay. I'm Edward Karoki. I'm leading Zoho Sales in East Africa. I've been with the company for now 5 years, where I've helped the company to have its roots in East Africa, as well as helping SMEs
Okay.
reduce the chills of adopting a platform and see the need of it, adapt it, and help them streamline their operations.
Okay.
Yes.
Karibu sana. You enjoy your job?
Yeah, I enjoy my job.
Yes.
And even if I was not in this job, I would still be in sales. Sales is me. Sales is in my.
And you interact with the youth?
Yes, I interact with the youth a lot. Actually, in our company, we only have, out of 25 employees, only 3 who are not youths.
Oh,
So,
good job. Let's clap for Zoho. That's a very good.
so Zoho has
Team.
tapped more skills from the youth from campus. Actually, I got it maybe just 2 years after my campus. It has helped me grow, seen the opportunity, and I'm so happy that I've helped East Africa businesses scale up and go to another level.
All right. Karibu sana. We look forward
Thank
to hearing from you. Mr. Nicholas Otieno.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How is Nita?
It is good.
How are you yourself?
I'm very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please expound a little bit more about yourself and Nita.
Yes, my name is Nicholas Ochieng. Not Otieno.
Oh,
Yes.
apologies.
Yes.
About that. Yes.
I'm a senior industrial training officer. I work with the NITA. NITA is a broad-based training institution across the country, not only in Kisumu.
Yes.
Yes, not only in Kisumu.
Yeah.
And our mandate is to fill the gaps, digital gaps, illiteracy,
Yes.
we deal also with the young youth of 18 years and below.
Yes.
Not only from the industry, you know, our mandate is large, yeah? But somehow, when it comes to this, we deal with the young youths,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
who are not employed,
Who are not employed? Who are
Yes.
training?
who are training.
You fall under TVET and vocational training in Kenya?
No,
Okay.
we have our own mandate.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we deal
And you
with
certify?
correct.
Okay.
Yeah, correct.
All right.
thank
Karibu sana. And going right in, you've worked at the grassroots, Western, you've interacted with the youth 18 to 25. When we talk about digital innovation, which tools are the most critical for a youth-led SMEs to survive and thrive, especially in this era?
Thanks again for that. As mentioned, I've worked with lots of youths between the ages of 18 to 35. Save for some of the counties where you send out a call for application and you realize you cannot be able to get youths in that area who are in business who have their businesses. But those are exceptional cases, and we have like a cap for them. So at times we extend to maybe 40 for women, and maybe about the same age for men. But what we have realized basically in the field is the most tools that are critical are financial digital tools, where they're able to track their businesses, like let's say their sales, their expenses, inventory, cost of goods, to track that. And as a SOMO, we have come up with a digital tool that is called DigiKua that helps these specific enterprises to have one place where they can get all their information in one area. And again, it doesn't just stop at getting the entries alone, but it also helps them calculate their profit margins and even cumulative profits over the years. And this is something they can also download and use even in other financial institutions when they're looking for investments. Other tools that are very critical also are tools that track their market visibility. And this is where you get platforms like Facebook, WhatsApp, and TikTok, where these enterprises go and maybe use the digital, such kinds of tools to ensure that they are known to the rest of the world, what kind of businesses they are doing and what they are selling. So that gives them a lot of visibility. another digital tool is the learning platforms, where, like YouTube, maybe you want to make soap and you don't know how to do it, they would always log in, get to YouTube, and just learn how to make that. But again, as a SOMO, we have an LMS digital platform. It's a learning management system where they come and learn. They log in, we onboard them, they log in, they learn at their own pace. You know, the youths are, again, very tricky people to work with, and they want to, at times,
How
work.
so?
Yes, they want to work at their own pace, at their own time. So at times when you want a typical class that goes between 8 and 5, they may not be able to manage. Some will say, I'm more active during, maybe at night. So this is somewhere they can always log in and work at their own pace.
Self-paced.
It's self-paced, yeah, and very convenient. And again, there's, in the back end, there's always some support that they get.
Okay.
So basically, these are some of the tools that we have seen help them thrive in their businesses.
So
yes.
it's marketing, learning, and also tools for finances, to trace their finances.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Over to you, Mr. Edward. The panel that was here before, and I know you've mentioned about digital and youth and everything.
Yes.
Dr. Hillary mentioned about cost of, say, internet connection. How can the youth be able to digitize at low cost and still have high impact so that they can improve their efficiency and productivity?
Okay, thank you for that. I'll start with Zoho fundamentals. So Zoho is an international company. We've been there for over 25 years. So we are
Right.
not new to the market. We understand all your needs. So Zoho came into Kenya to help the small and medium enterprises be able to afford the platform. So as you know, the budget cuts and all that, not having enough capital to purchase a good platform. So imagine SME in Kisumu using the same platform that Tesla is using in US. Actually, Tesla is using Zoho.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Imagine yourself in Kisumu using the same tools to streamline your operations, to give you good market visibility, the same that Tesla is using. So that if your business is not online, you are out of business.
Yes.
But right now, I can tell you, if you don't digitize your business, you don't have a business. There's a difference between online and
digitizing. Please, are you able to maybe expound further? Like, if I don't digitize my what are we looking at? What are we talking about?
Maybe I'll just touch what is online. Online is having a website. I've been to the boards. The SMEs are doing so well. They have a website.
Okay.
They have an email. But the problem comes here. They are not most of them are not digitized. Paper-based.
Oh, you're still, okay.
They are most paper-based. So I could walk to the booth, and what do they do? What's your name, Edward? I would write my name down, and comments. Maybe I would have become a doctor if my handwriting was a factor. How many doctors do we have in Kenya? On the handwriting, nobody can read once you get to the office. Operation, you don't know at what time the employee got to work.
Yeah.
HR,
Okay.
HR, sales, finance, there is no collaboration. So Zoho does this. We have a connected ecosystem. An ecosystem, we have all been talking about platforms since yesterday and having the right ecosystem.
Okay.
But implementation is the issue. We have an ecosystem, well-integrated applications. What happens? Sales can raise a quotation back into the field using the earphone, and it will be received by the finance. The stock levels can be seen. Reorder levels can be set, meaning this has been committed, this is what is left. Above that is that you can concentrate to your business what matters.
Okay.
What is that? You can automate the repetitive tasks. You can have the insights. Customer can give you feedback from online. So meaning that you'll concentrate on the finance-driven activities, not the small facts that waste your time.
Okay.
Yeah. And above that, I would also mention that we help you have a market visibility, not only in Kisumu, but outside Kisumu. How? We have a social media platform whereby if you purchase ads, they're all managed under Zoho, the Facebook, LinkedIn, call it that, and you purchase ads from Facebook, you can be able to track and be able to see which platform is bringing me more sales, so that you can be able to concentrate on actually what drives your sales.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Mr. Nicholas,
Yes,
the rate at which technology is moving,
yes,
it is very fast-paced.
correct.
Today we sleep, tomorrow we wake up,
Yes,
we are somewhere
correct.
where we were not yesterday. How is NITA training aligning to the pace at which technology is fast going, especially when it comes to vocational and now merging it with the digital world?
Yes. What NITA does,
Yes.
first, we reach to the youths
Okay.
who are doing small businesses outside there.
Okay.
We have a program called RPL.
Called?
RPL, prior learning.
Okay.
Yes,
Or
recognition.
prior learning.
Yes. So these are people who never finish school, but they must be at par with those who finish school. What do?
Okay.
We must reach them, get to know the skills that they have acquired outside there when they are outside school, because they are kind of youths who are trained on the job,
Okay, they learn on the job, yes.
and they don't have the certificate,
The paper.
the paper. So those are the gaps we look at in those small business across the country. And that's why you realize that sometimes back the president was talking about RPL. So that this also becomes citizens who are respected, who can be employed outside there.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is not about getting academic line until you get your PhD and you don't have hands-on skill. So we are filling the gap.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and let me ask, what do you consider finishing school? Is it class 8? Is it form 4? Or it's as long as you got to a certain point of education?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
At a certain point of education,
Yes.
yeah, you can drop out.
Okay, so you maybe dropped out in
At
primary
any le-
school.
yeah,
in-
primary, below primary, above primary, and all that.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, you are a dropout
Yes.
by the end of the day.
But you have the
But you
skills.
have the skill. So we are after the skill.
You've learned baking, mechanic,
Correct.
all those things.
Those things. Yeah. So it's not about academic
Okay.
in our line. It is about skills which is hands-on, acquired through what you can be able to do. Yeah.
All right. Grace, training is very important when it comes to digital. I'm sure a majority of us have taught ourselves, these things because they came. We learned, remember the days we used to go to the cyber to open a Facebook account and you are charged, But how can we improve digital training programs so that we can link with the real economic opportunities that are there for the youth-led MMEs? And I don't want to assume that anyone has access to what I have access to, because we know there are areas that are yet to get what we get. So how do we improve this training?
Thank you for that. And it's very true, as you say,
Yes.
that we cannot assume that everyone has access to what we all have,
True.
or in all aspects. So one area that I think we need to focus on, we should try and desist from training for knowledge and look at training for outcomes.
For results.
Yeah, for
Okay.
results. Right, most of our curriculum is based on training for knowledge. What am I going to be knowledgeable about? But right now, the youths are looking for outcomes. Why do I say this? Most of the time when we put out calls for application for certain trainings, and you go out there doing your TNA, the training needs analysis, one of the question that is mostly asked by the youth, are we going to be funded after the training? What is the outcome? That is what they're looking for, yes. So I think we need to, when doing some of these trainings and coming up with certain programs, especially for the youth, then we need to be training them for a certain outcome. Okay. So if it is digital tools and we're telling them that you're going to be using a tool to get your finances in place, then we tell them at the end of the day, what is that going to help you with? So it's going to help you with access to finance. It's going to help you have traceability in your business. You're going to be able to know what is it that you're doing in business. It's not just, I'm not just recording, but I'm laying, every record that I put into these digital tools is like I'm laying a brick in the wall of my house. So it is that one brick and the next brick that makes a wall. So if you don't have your record, then you don't have something to show.
Okay.
So I think that we need to be going through towards that direction so that every time that this kind of training is there, then they know what is the result, what is going to be the outcome for this.
Okay.
Rather than just telling them these are the skills you're going to acquire, you're going to be getting certification, and in your certification you're going to be having skills maybe in sales, in marketing, in, you know. So that does not really lure them, or it does not really impress them.
Okay.
So we need to be looking at what is it, the outcome that is going to come. And then again, we need to be linking this training, the digital tools,
Right.
to the growth and sustainability in their businesses.
Uh-huh.
So if you're going to be having some kind of training, for instance, again on digital tools, maybe on financing, then how is this going to help you? I'll be able to get linkages, maybe market linkages. I'll be able to get networking. Maybe if I join a platform, I'll be able to get more people to network with to grow my business. So I think these are the areas that we need to focus on and work towards, so that the youth that we are training are really interested in the training itself, because they're gaining not just the skills alone,
Yeah.
but there's an outcome that
Outcome.
comes. Yes.
Okay.
So some of them will tell you, I have a CV, I went to college, I have a CV, and I have this number of skills, but I've never
They've
been.
not helped
yeah,
me.
they've not helped me in any way. So tell me how this training is going to complement the skills that I already have, or more that are going to come with the said kind of training.
It's totally changing the approach.
Yes, totally changing the approach. So if that changes, then I think then we'll be seeing impact of some of the trainings that we are having with them. If we leave them the way they have been in the past, then maybe we will not be able to achieve, or we will just be training for knowledge and not training for outcomes.
Outcome.
Yes.
I like that. Edward, I know there are big tech companies, and I maybe would consider Zoho a big tech company, and you have multiple solutions under one roof. And some of these maybe things you do that can be done by maybe an MSC company, right? But maybe they not get that opportunity because you guys are doing it. So how then will the big tech companies support the MSMEs to be able to also thrive in this market and not feel like everything has been taken by the big tech company and we have nothing left on the table?
Okay. So my approach is that Zoho provides tools to help SMEs run their business. So we are just providing a platform. We are not your competitors to start with. We are not in the retail business. I can say that. We are not in consultancy.
Okay.
We are in tech. So very many businesses are thriving while using Zoho as a solution in consultancy, in the retail, and also in manufacturing. So on the SMEs that we are in the same category of tech providers, Zoho came in and we partner. We have partnered with, actually, before we were even employed as Zoho employees, Zoho had already started thriving in Kenya through partnership, through enabling other solution providers build a platform under Zoho, enabling other providers have the access to Zoho at a subsidized rate, whereby they run, as well as we have periodical classes with our developers, where we have come and incubated so many businesses who are in tech. Then, even above that is that I can say most businesses, we give them a world-class market view. If you are a retail, if actually you are selling anything in Kisumu, through our platform, someone in Uganda, someone in US can buy your products. So actually, Zoho is not a competitor, but we are hand-holding businesses.
Okay, you're hand-holding them. Okay.
Yes. As well as we are business advisors. Once you are incorporating Zoho in your business, we come in, we advise you on the ways to automate your business. Now, with that, of course, we have erased the duplication of roles in your company, efficiency, streamlining, and visibility. What's the difference between a good business running in Kisumu and other businesses doing so well in Nairobi? Nothing. It's just focusing on what needs to be focused on. So with that, I believe Zoho is not, actually that's something that should end. The international companies most of them, we are not your competitors. Actually, we are your, we are...
You
we are
complement.
we complement, yeah.
Okay. Mr. Nicholas,
Yes.
are there opportunities for public-private partnership, especially when it comes to improving trainings, especially in the digital training for youth-led companies?
Yes.
How does that look like?
Our mandate is to fill the gap.
Right.
So on the other side, of, our side and the other side must be in partnership so that
Yes.
we can be able to work together. When they come, they bring the gaps that they have. We look at those gaps and then we fill the gaps. That's what we do
Okay.
when it comes to training.
So you're partnering with the government as well
Yeah, correct.
to
Yeah.
be able to offer this?
Yes.
Okay. Are the youth taking it up? Are you feeling the impact? Are you feeling like there's change?
Yes, there's a lot of impact.
Okay.
Yeah, because in a year, you can achieve or
You
train,
can hold your mic.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
about 20,000 people.
Oh, 20,000
Yes, across the country.
across the country.
Yes.
Okay.
So the trend is moving on well. Yeah,
So, and we can say our youths are in safe hands.
very safe hands.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. As we wrap up, please, maybe you can prepare your questions so that we can be able to, if you have any questions for the panel, we're talking about empowering the youth and digital innovation. One more question probably, which I'd like all of you maybe to answer me, especially Grace and Edward. There has been the AI conversation, which we had today. And there's this feeling that AI is coming to take maybe some jobs, and there has been that fear of, are we going to lose jobs? How do we coexist with it? What do you think, especially when it comes to youth?
Thanks again for that question. I think this is something that has been out there, and the uncertainty is
Yes.
there, and we can't ignore it. That people are saying AI is coming to take up jobs. It's not entirely true. It can't be true, because even with AI, you need a human person to give it commands for it to give you something to do. So it means then it's not going to work on its own. It still needs us to give it the information that we need responses to for it to give us that. We may not have, it has only made our work easier, in that instead of going to the library and sitting down and reading lots of books, maybe I'm doing a research, it's a one-stop place. I go and give it some commands, and then I get the response to my what I wanted. So it's not really coming to take up the jobs. It's only coming to make our work easy. For instance, in organizations like ours,
Yeah.
Initially we used to take lots of notes, minutes, during meetings. We have the note takers, the AI note takers.
Oh.
So it saves me a lot of time, and I'm able to concentrate more in the meeting rather than concentrating on what people are saying, listening and noting down at the same time. It means the note taker is doing the work in the background for me, and as I listen and make my contributions to the meeting. Reduces the timelines in the whole thing, because you realize when someone is talking, especially if it's a virtual meeting, maybe there's network interruption and you keep saying, pardon, I didn't get that, can you repeat that? So there's a lot of time lost.
wastage.
Yeah, time wastage and time lost during that time. So with AI, I think it's coming to complement and to make our work a little bit easier, but not taking
take
the
away
jobs.
the
It's
jobs.
not taking away the jobs from us.
Yes. Edward, as you add on that, then the question would be how to regulate, because we've seen conversations. I'm sure you guys have seen people graduating and saying, AI na mimi tume graduate. How then do we regulate to make sure that it doesn't entertain laziness, but it complements when it comes to making the load lighter?
Okay, just on that, I would like to drive you back to the past when we didn't have internet.
We didn't have internet.
Yes. Yeah. It was so hard even to make, there were no phone calls. Access to information was so hard.
Yeah.
Actually, we had to write letters.
And that thing, what was it called? A directory.
Yeah, a
We had a
very big
directory.
book you could find in town with the telephone booths. When internet was coming in, there was fear everywhere.
Yes.
We'll have joblessness. oh, this is happening. But tell me, the past and today, which is better?
I think now? Yes, now.
Today.
Yeah.
Today. More efficient information, more access to information. Actually, right now we are here, you can know what is happening in Nairobi. So I believe AI is an assistant. So each and every person of value, mostly if you have in high offices, they always have a PA. So view AI as your PA, as your assistant. You'll need to be there for it to help you. So you are the initiator. What does he do? What does a PA do? He makes the work less for you.
Yeah.
Gives you more time to concentrate on what really matters. So actually, AI should not be, it should not be fostered as a threat,
Right.
but as an assistant. So I think we need more and more. Our developers actually in Zoho, we have over 20,000 employees and over 15,000 are developers. Day in, day out, automations are coming out. Actually, even right now, there could be an app that has been launched, myself seated here, that I don't know of. So we need more and more technology to help us concentrate more. Actually, if you can see what is happening on social media, the content creators,
Yeah.
very quality content creation. Why? AI assistant.
Okay.
The marketing strategies, they have actually evolved. Media has actually evolved through technology.
Yes.
So AI as being an assistant, it just helps you handle the repetitive tasks. It helps you do the jobs that you don't have to be hands-on and concentrate on what actually really matters.
Okay.
So on the education sector, how more can we incorporate technology or AI and still retain the integrity?
Maybe now Mr. Nicholas can weigh in on that, since that NITA is a whole educational institution. How are we making sure that we regulate these things, we get the integrity and the education is not compromised?
There are measures.
Yeah.
While anything that is given out, there are measures that is looked into. Anything you do, you must be very, very independent, and there are people who are there to see that it is coming from you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it
So they are we should not be worried that we will find a mechanic who pass through AI. Right.
Maybe just
Sure.
let me comment on that.
Yes.
Our past age, they could do mathematics using their hands.
Yeah.
A calculator came. I believe the youth right now has come with more innovations than the past. Making work easier doesn't compromise the integrity. It gives us more time to concentrate on what really matters. So on education, I believe there should be sectors where IT and AI should be incorporated in the education sector, since actually it's giving us even a wider time to concentrate on topics, have a wide range of, now the library, all the libraries that you had in Cambridge, in Stanford, they're on your phone.
On your phone, yeah.
There is no any reason why a student who is in New York should be better than a student who is in Nairobi University.
Yeah.
So I believe the education sector should embrace more technology, and all that even was being discussed before here, that the curriculum will create more hands-on generation. It's through incorporating.
Maybe CBC will get there, because I know we have been in the baby steps for a while. But as we continue making the steps, maybe it will be a consideration. But I know there are schools that are incorporating that. So I think it's a journey we are on. Yeah. Thank you very much, our panelists. A round of applause for them. They've done an amazing job. And the floor is now yours. Anyone who has a question to the panelists, muda ni wetu sasa. Can raise your hand from where you are. Yes, see a question right there and another one right here.
Okay, I'm called Mr. Donald. My question is to Mr. Edward from Zoho. Yeah, I just want to ask you, according to your platform, your software, how safe is our data? Suppose I'm using your software to run my enterprise. Recently, you had it from news that there are some of government websites which were hacked. Each and every time day passes, people come up with new ideas. Hackers come up with various ways on how to interfere, compromise data for different enterprises. So if I'm using Zoho, how safe would be my data with you? Thank you.
Data protection, you see that? Okay.
Yeah. I'll answer you in structured ways. One is Zoho is not only as a software provider. We are a technology company. The difference comes here. Being a technology company, we even own the data centers. So meaning we are not hiring storage from AWS and all that. So one, everything being in-house, managed by Zoho employees, that's one of the secure way. The second one, I'll just talk about it, is that we are GDPR compliant. There is no any other data privacy rule that is as strict as GDPR. GDPR from Europe, Popia in South Africa borrows more from GDPR. So GDPR is a mother of all. We are Popia compliant. Actually, we are also compliant with the data privacy laws of Kenya. Just we were localized 2 months ago, getting done with the final certification. Above that is ISO compliant. Think of anything. All the data privacy rules, international privacy rules, Zoho first is compliance. The next thing goes to why we don't own your data. In Zoho, you'll never ever find an advert. Even if you're using the forever free solutions packages, you'll never ever find an advert. What does that mean? For most people in the technology pack, that for us to run an ad in Zoho platform, we need to show how much data we have to the advertising agencies for them to invest with us. Zoho has particularly run through its own avenue. It's a private-owned company by one person in India. There is no investors. Actually, that's why myself, as a sales manager in Kenya, I do have targets, but I don't have to really push my team to attain the targets because we are providing solution. We are not here to make money. We are not like other tech companies that do have investors always pressing on them what is here at the end of the day. So we don't own your data. We don't do adverts. So that's how safe your data is. We have never been hacked. I'll mention that. I believe you've heard most of technology companies that were hacked. I won't mention them. But Zoho has never been hacked up to now. You can find it in any public domain.
All right. Hope you. There were two here. Yes, right next to each other. Then we can call it a day.
Okay. Thank you very much, panelists. Mine is not really a question, but a comment.
Yes.
I'm also in the education sector also. And I would just wish to say there was a concern about the people we are producing.
Right.
Now, currently in TVET, I think the CBC you're talking about was already introduced in TVET by 2023.
Yes.
And it's called now CBET. Competency-based education training.
Yes.
And skills is more talked about or taught than we talk about the other teaching where we had more of theory than the skills. So it is skill-oriented, more practical than the other time.
Okay.
So even if they come out there with AI or whatever, they are going to do that. They are going to be at least skill-oriented and know what they are going to do. If you're worried about your mechanic, the mechanics will be good.
Okay. And the doctors.
And the doctors, okay? Yes. The TVET don't have doctors, don't train doctors, but they will be good. Then they have also embraced RPL currently. Every TVET institution is supposed to start RPL. And there's the green schools also, every TVET. So we are going back to where we came from so that we have sustainability and everything is there. There needs to be a green school in every TVET institution and incorporated in the syllabus to help this particular youth to know so that the country moves into a different direction than where we are or where we have been heading to. technology is embraced also in between. And because of that, there is also what they're calling dual training.
Right.
Where you stay 3 months in college, and 3 months you are in the industry. And they partner with industries so that they know this person will be there and they'll be part of training. And they go according to industry needs.
Okay.
So I think the government is moving somewhere.
Okay.
And also it's going to assist when they come back to the field.
Right.
Even in their trade areas, they will be able to do something.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for affirming us that, and also for the correction. It's C, curriculum-based education. It's CBE now.
No, it's now called CBET.
CBET, yes.
Curriculum-based technical education training. Sorry.
Okay.
Curriculum-based education training.
Okay. Thank you.
Mine is also just a comment. It's a comment just because I am analog. I'm not digital like you. Now, that you are AI,
Yes.
yes, it is good for you, but
Mm.
it actually downsizes our brain. It penetrates our brain very much. You are only a full human being if your brain is challenged.
Mm.
I say this because there was a time I was going to address a congregation
Yes.
on the power of a woman. And I prepared my speech.
Yes.
Then my secretary comes and says, oh, I also have a speech for you. I said, who did it? AI. And I looked at it, I was shocked. Fantastic, even with examples and everything.
Mm.
You are only a human being when your brain is challenged. And one comment on you,
Yes.
that it is now good for the students.
Yes.
Because they just do adding my machine to add 1, 1. You are actually degrading the brains of your own students.
Okay.
They should know how to multiply and how to add, not to take the machine. And again, the problem with this machine is exam cheating. The students knows how to go with these mobile phones in. You find that some of them have tied them in their private parts. Yes, they do that. And they sit down and you read, and then they read. Now the machine is doing the exams for them.
Yeah.
Your brain is sleeping. So please, let me remain analog, but let my brain work.
Okay. I know if we open this, it's going to be a can of worms because we can agree to disagree. Maybe it's about how it is used because it's supposed to assist you. But like I said, if we open this, tunaweza lala hapa. Right. Do we have one more person so that I can close? Brian, I'm already past our time 5. Oh, there's another one. And another one. Ooh, okay.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Stephen.
Yes, Stephen.
I'm the founder and CEO of Jirani.com. Jirani is an online booking platform that help guests discover and book websites, book stays online. And in other times, we just help people, or we make it easy for them to get B&Bs through online platform, and they can book it easily within Kenya. So my question was going to Mr. Edward of Zoho. You mentioned that Zoho provide tools to help small businesses thrive. And you talked about placing brands in front of significant audience. Like you gave a significant example mentioning if a Kenyan business or entrepreneur has a product, you have the capabilities of showing it in front of a foreign market, let's say like USA or something like that. So, so since like, for example, Jirani is dealing with, or rather is targeting local host that is accommodation within Kenya, and I wanted to know in specific, like how would Zoho really come in to help Jirani get instances? So let's say like tourists that are planning to visit Kenya, book their stays through Jirani. How do you in specific get that in front of them? And in contrary to that, and why should I be able to consider like choosing Zoho other than just going ahead and boosting my post on Facebook, Instagram, or even TikTok?
Okay. I'll start with your second question as I progress to the first. First is that we have actors in the same field as you, JW Marriott, and I'm just mentioning due to data privacy, our partners who have agreed we can use their name. We have ICF just next over there. We have already signed an agreement we can use them as our clients due to data privacy. So we have already actors who are utilizing Zoho in the same field as you are. So why don't you choose another tool? You run ads through Facebook, Instagram, you mentioned them. How are you able to track your return on investment? You don't know which, yeah?
Okay. I mean, for instances of, Meta provides you with...
They should all try to share it around so that it reaches so many people, not only on conferences like this. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your feedback. Okay, we have one more at the back, then we can call it a session.
I'm Kennedy.
Yes, Kennedy.
I'm in the automotive paint industry as a sales associate at Nippon Paints. So I've been using Zoho for the past 5 months. So when it comes to data security, I can congratulate Zoho for that. But yeah, the challenge is integrating data from other CRMs. For instance, if you take data from QuickBooks Online or we have Salesforce, there's a challenge. You find that maybe some transactions have not yet been captured, have not been fully captured to the Zoho platform. So my question goes to Zakaria, like how... Edward, sorry, Edward. How do you integrate, okay, what's your plan on integrating data from other CRMs to Zoho? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. I would want to take you through that. Zoho first integrates with any application through APIs and custom integrations. So, and above that, you don't need any other CRM. We do have a CRM. Come, I'll show you what we have. Then on the migration, as you say, we do have a sample migration guide of how you should plan your data. So you need to download the file. Map, once you upload from either QuickBook or any other CRM if you're uploading, there is as well as a direct migration once you choose from another CRM, like Salesforce, as you mentioned. So I believe that's more of a guide, a hands-on guide of how we should guide you how to do it, because it's already there. We also have an application called Data Prep. It simplifies your work. Just taking into account the big corporations, they are migrating to Zoho. Imagine the amount of data that they are migrating to. So if there are those mismatches, companies could take a very long time before they adapt. So we do have Data Prep. It's an application that helps you save your data as well as organize your data. So I believe that's just a matter of guidance of which we are here to provide.
Thank you. Looks like, Mr. Edward, you have quite a number of people to see behind the tent. A round of applause for our panelists as we come to a close. And to yourselves as well for staying up to this time. And thank you for giving me 15 more minutes of your time. Thank you very much. Media, as maybe we can capture a group photo. And there is 4 p.m. tea right outside where you can be able to, quench your thirst. Asanteni sana. See you tomorrow morning for yet another impactful panel. So, asanteni sana.